Hi, Misha here, and had about half an hour to spare, so yep, time for another Blackbox. And there have been some events recently. It was definitely a hectic week. Sorry, moving around here. I'll sit still in a minute. But not a bad one, just very hectic. Had a few things happen, and had to take care of a few other things. But all in all, not a bad one at all. And my water cup is out of water. I need to get bigger cups. I remember when the water and ice in the door of a refrigerator was new, and oh, that was cool. I still think it's cool. It is so handy. I never have much liked soda. I might drink a Coke or something when I was a kid, one a day, but as an adult, I've completely lost my taste for soda. I'm not 100% sure why, but I also don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. So, yeah, rolling into another month. It was unseasonably hot for the first week here in October, but thankfully, after a storm blew through, it's cooled off quite nicely, and I'm hoping it stays that way because planning a pretty big range outing on Saturday. Now when I post this video, it'll be after that, but when I'm recording it now, I'm planning to be gone just for a couple of days. But I don't want people knowing when I'll be here or not. Even if I'm gone, my wife will be here, and I have neighbors that keep an eye on the place. And of course, we have the attack cats, the assault cats. So they're like little piranhas. But that's the deal. Plan is to head down tomorrow, swing by the land where we'll be building the cabin. Need to talk with the contractor about a couple of things, and then head down to my hometown, have dinner with family, rest up, and then Saturday need to go visit another family member who's in the hospital, and then go out to the range that afternoon. And we'll be working with my cousin there, who he wants to be called Fox. Booch has kind of become an in-joke name, so Fox Booch there. Shoot that day, and then in the evening, J-Ro's driving down, and we're going to do a Q&A at his new, well, he calls it a man cave, but really what it is, it's a building outside of his house, not huge, but a few hundred square feet. It was going to be his wife's home office because she works from home permanently, but they decided it was better for her to take over one of the bedrooms, use it as a home office so she could be inside the house, making it easier to watch the kids or cook or, just be there. And so he will take over the building, and that'll be his area, kind of outbuilding workshop. And he's been excited about showing that off. So that's actually why I've intentionally pushed back the Q&A a couple of weeks so we can do it there. So that is the plan, is to kind of do a Q&A on the road that night. We've also recorded his first full video. That's him. I pop in a few times, but mostly him talking about the POF MP5 because he bought both the full size and the K model. So his take will be mostly shooting. And, whereas me, I put you to sleep with history. That is the plan. Hopefully it goes well. I will probably be doing that to the wee hours of the morning, and then stay one more night down there, get up, have breakfast with family, and then head back home Sunday. Because I need to be here on Monday, because this week, a few things happened. Many of you know we had a tornado come through our area back in at the end of March. And while our house was spared, almost every house had roof damage. Ours wasn't severe, not compared to some people that had it ripped off. So we kind of had to wait our turn, but it's now our turn to get ours replaced. So starting on Monday, they're going to replace our roof. Luckily, insurance seems to be paying for it. So hopefully that pans out. I'm always skeptical about insurance. But we'll see. That was a known thing. That was one of those house maintenance. If nothing else, the roof we had was over 10 years old, and that's just something you need to patch and replace every 10 to 20 years, especially when you live in tornado country and a country where we get storms and winds like we do. The unexpected one. I was talking with my brother Sunday night, and he was saying how they had a leak out at one of their cabins. And of course, being out there, no one noticed it for a while, so it bowed up the floor, and it's kind of a mess, waterlogged. And since that cabin's on the river anyway, it's already kind of a damp environment. That didn't help. I guess the good news is, since the water comes from a well, at least it's only the electricity you're paying for, not the water. And I told him we've had really bad luck with water. We've had 2 hot water tanks in 2 different houses burst, which is why we have a tankless now. And we had that incident a few years ago where we found a leak under the house, and it turned out when they built it, they put a piece of rebar not directly through one of the pipes, that would have been noticed, but like just kind of clipping the corner, where it bent. So Lord knows it's been there years and years and years. And it finally gave way and started leaking, so they had to tear up. It was such a mess, knocking holes in walls, tearing up floor, blah blah blah. So I said, yeah, I got real bad luck with that. Talked with him, said goodnight, walked in, and I'm not even kidding. This is not an exaggeration. I'm not even adding 5 minutes. I walked in and I thought I heard running water, and I checked. Nope, washing machine's not going, dishwasher's not going. Went and kind of jiggled the knobs on all the sinks, bathtubs. Even went outside and checked the faucets, the 2 faucets. Still running water. And then I walked around to the north side of the house and stepped in a big puddle of water. So there was a leak. Yeah. Luckily it was leaking outside instead of inside, I suppose. Still a leak. So here we are, 8 o'clock on a Sunday night, and I actually called the plumber, and bless him, he does head out. He gets over here before 9. He checks it, checks the meter, checks the thing, basically to tell us, hey, do we need to shut off the water? Is this like an emergency, or is it okay to run? He said, hey, well, it's a leak, but it's not huge, so you'll be okay till tomorrow. Well, he wasn't able to come Monday because he had another customer, a client, that had a gas leak. So that classifies as an emergency. Completely understand that. He showed up Tuesday at about 11 a.m. And he said he's 99% sure the leak isn't under the house. We won't have to tear anything up. That it's where the pipe meets the house. That sounds great. Knowing our luck, I wasn't getting my hopes up. But knock on swing, it was. He said there was like a solder joint that a different plumber had done there, and it was starting to give way, so it was leaking at the solder joint. So he said he put a box around it and redid it, and even put a shut-off valve there for us so we can shut the water off if it happens again. So I was actually really surprised that actually was resolved by 4 on Tuesday. And, yeah, it was kind of an amusing day. Everyone showed up at once. J-Ro showed up to do some videos. The plumber was here, and then the housekeeper showed up all at once. Luckily, the water had just turned back on when the housekeeper showed up. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to do much cleaning. So we'll see. And other news, kitten news, it is time. The kitten Odie is becoming a male cat, and so he is scheduled here in about 12 hours from the time I'm recording this to have his huevos whopped off. So I'm sure he's going to be in a fantastic mood this weekend, and it just so happens that I'm going to be gone, so my wife will enjoy a grumpy cat. To be fair, it's easier on males and females, and he's plenty big. He has quite the appetite. That said, he's not going to be allowed to eat or drink after midnight. That cat is insane for food. I do not know how this is going to work, but it's not going to be pleasant. He's going to be driving us crazy tonight. And well, I'm definitely not recording this a full week later. Let me explain. Something weird happened with the camera when I was recording the last part. I'm not sure, but it didn't record after that clip there. That was the old GoPro. In fact, I'm still using the old one right now, so hopefully this does turn out. Although if it doesn't, you'll never know. But it was probably for the best because I've had a very eventful and exhausting week. Things definitely didn't go to plan Friday. Now, the good news is Odie got to the vets, got neutered. He's great. But some paperwork got left behind, and so that was a kerfuffle. And then I was supposed to leave town earlier, and that didn't happen. Didn't get to leave town until 4:30. Still would have made it in time to have dinner with family, except there were a couple of wrecks. We weren't in, just on the road, which ended up stalling us out for 40 extra minutes. Finally got there. I really considered just canceling the trip, but I was having such a rotten day that I knew if I did that, I'd feel like I was kind of giving into it, and then I'd feel doubly bad for not being as productive. So, powered through. And I'm really glad in the end I did. Saturday, got up relatively early, and we were able to get out and start shooting by 11. And it was, of course, unseasonably hot because that's just how life seems to be these days. Still, shot for, about 2.5 hours till we got hungry and a little tired, so we called it a break. 1:30, and I went to check my phone because I took it off me when we were doing the shooting, and J-Ro said he was on the way. Actually, he'd left town about 12:30, so he's planning to leave town and meet us at 12. So for him, being only 30 minutes behind, that's really good. So actually, he got into my hometown there right at the time we were planning to eat lunch, and so we all had lunch together, and we were back out shooting by 3 o'clock, and got another couple hours done. We had to call it quits at 6 because a storm was coming in actually quite quickly, but that only chopped off 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes at most of shooting light, because it would have been dark by 6:30, definitely by 7 anyway. But it came up one hell of a storm. And it was kind of funny, every time we'd kind of think about going out or in or getting something out of the truck, it would stop storming, and then by the time we'd open the door to go out, it'd kick up again. And so that's why when we did the Q&A at Fox's little man cave there, we all had socks on because it was his yard. Since there was recent construction, it was just red clay and mud everywhere. So our shoes were just bricks of gross. And yeah, it stormed on and off all night till 4 or 5 in the morning, but we still got videoing done, and we still got a good bit of range trip done, and I think we were able to get to every gun I packed, except the last few we weren't able to do as much with them as we wanted, but still yet able to run 50 or 60 rounds through just for test purposes. So even though Friday was really not great, Saturday went better. So as for Sunday, it was okay. I was hoping to leave town earlier than we did, but ended up, especially J. Rose slept in, but we were still able to get back here, well, really by about 4:30 or 5, Sunday night, afternoon, whatever. So yeah, was gone roughly 2 full days. And back to work. Now, like I said at the other clip, Monday we were expecting the plumber to come back. Since I was happy with his work fixing the leak, I asked him to go ahead and replace the faucets. The outside one, the spigot, he found a leak in. I'm not surprised because of the horrible winters we've had with some really deep temperatures. I'm actually surprised it wasn't worse. And then the kitchen sink always acted a little weird, kind of like it was slightly bent. I'm actually glad I had him look into that because he found a little drip down below, probably because it was a little bent, so the seal wasn't perfect. So, did that. And then the bathroom sinks were kind of opposite of each other. One of them sprayed you too hard if you turned it on too much, so you had to kind of leave it at low to medium, otherwise you'd have a wet shirt. And then the other bathroom had kind of got ate up by sediment and rust just because of where we live. So he replaced all 4 of them. He showed up on time and got that done. And you don't think about stuff like faucets and things until you get them replaced and you realize how nice it is not dealing with the old hinky ones, you know? Now, the roof thing, he wasn't able to make it on Monday, but did show up Tuesday. And it was supposed to be a 1 day, maybe a day, and a third job. It was 3 full days. So he got here, the crew got here Tuesday, we're here Wednesday, we're here Thursday, today, when I'm recording this. Now, we work nights. Think about it. So, what I'm getting at, as of right now, I haven't had a good night's sleep, and I'm not even exaggerating, in over a week. I'm fucking exhausted. The reason I ended up taking 3 days, as it turns out, when the previous owners put a new roof on, their contractor went cheap and simply put shingles over the old shingles, double deckering. So they had to take off the old shingles and then the old shingles below that and then put on the new ones. I hate it when people go cheap. I really do. And so that's what they did. I'm not surprised though, after looking at several of the things when we bought this house. It looked good. It was one of those things where whatever contractor they hired did a good job making it look nice, but cut corners under the surface. And that's kind of the opposite of my take, and my wife's take for that matter. We would much rather have something kind of look rough on the outside, but be solid underneath, because you can always finish something out. Regardless, got that done. Because they were here working for 3 days, we weren't able to get any video stuff done. And really need to finish up a few things. And so that'll be my tomorrow. J-Ray will come over. We'll finish up a couple of video topics from the weekend that we weren't able to get to because of the poor weather and just time. But because it's Arkansas, we went from 19 degrees 2 nights ago till it's going to be 82 tomorrow in the afternoon. Yeah, over a 60 degree difference. So that alone doesn't have me feeling fantastic either with those wonderful shifts that we're known for. Hey, and choo-choo train. I like the sound of trains. So in other news, put up a couple of videos on aircraft, and I will be bouncing back to some Star Wars stuff soon. Not much in the way of Star Trek, because thank you, Eagle Moss. Not much new in the gun world, although I did order one of the KP 104 pistols from Kalashnikov USA. Take that out for the next range trip here in a couple of weeks. And, yeah, that's really about it. Had another Sten gun get built by Mark, Mac Arms there, so that's kind of nice. I'll do something with that later. But it's pretty quiet in the gun world. It really is. That's okay, though. As tired as I feel right now, I don't want a whole lot of work anyway. So, suits me just fine. What else? I really hope it does stay fall. That would be nice. So, very tired. Very long week. But I can't say, at least we got things done. New roof, new sinks, a few new videos, a really good range day where we recorded footage with, about 10, 12 guns total. So that's nice. Getting Fox more integrated into the main Mishaco channel, so that's good. Finally got the Q&A done. That's been kind of bugging me because it was one of those things that was owed, and I hate when things like that need done. Taxes are all taken care of as of a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure there'll be other emergencies. There always are, but at least several things got done, including chopping of the Kitten. He's, like I said, doing fine, running around, chasing things. It's been a week now, so yeah, he's fine. He is fine. Need to go to Lowe's tomorrow. As much as I do enjoy kind of being a kid at heart type thing, I will fully confess that one of the old adult male things I enjoy, I like going to Lowe's. I need to buy some fluorescent light bulb tubes. Need to get some more storage totes. I bought a couple last month from there, and I really like them, so I want to buy a couple more. Need to get a new bath mat. I know, super exciting, right? Need to get a new gun mat for videos because Earl, he's the buff colored cat, ate my last one. Yeah, that was fun. I also wouldn't mind going out and having a bite. I've been mostly eating in this week, either just home cooked stuff, which is good, or basically nice TV dinners. But sometimes it's nice to go out and grab a bite, so I might try to do that over the weekend. The wife is shadowing for a new job. It's a job at the same company, but a different position, and probably going to day shift, which will be a major change for us, but it's kind of a necessary one, so it'll be okay. Be okay. Too bad it could have happened before we went to the roof, because that would have been helpful. Oh well. But yeah, as we roll into the end of October, hope everyone is doing well. I'll try to think of a topic for a Blackbox video, but lately it just seems like life keeps happening, so that keeps me more or less entertained. I always think about recording some of these when I'm down visiting my hometown, but for whatever reason I don't. I definitely have thoughts down there, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting being back, especially at my age and situation. Yep. So guys, with that, you can tell I'm tired, I'm hungry. I actually put something on to cook right before, and it's probably ready now, so just wanted to finish out this here video. But if you could, go over and check out the main Mishaco channel for fresh content. And if you want to be on the Patreon, we put up a couple of Patreon exclusive things here recently too. This is Misha. Catch you very soon. Next time.